A special little tadpole was selected and captured, then injected into an egg cell. The fused cell immediately began rapid division. After 10 months of gestation and growth in an artificial womb, a healthy baby was successfully delivered. Using the same method, scientists cultivated 30 infants of different sexes at once. But these children were confined to a sealed laboratory from birth. Any adult wishing to approach them had to undergo strict disinfection and wear protective gear. All 30 children had only ever known the doctor as an ordinary person. It turned out their sole purpose was to venture beyond Earth, to another planet suitable for human survival. But calculations showed reaching there would take at least 86 years. This meant the generation on board had to reproduce during the voyage. Only their descendants could set foot on the new planet. After 5 years of training, the 30 children were ready to set off. The doctor voluntarily applied to accompany them, even though it was a one-way trip. For the sake of the colonization plan, these innocent children needed a guardian, so the doctor embarked with them on an 86-year space journey. At first, the young children were relatively obedient, but as they grew older and entered puberty, they gradually developed their own thoughts. Strangely enough, these children, who should have been full of energy, were always listless. Although they lived and worked according to the doctor's arrangements every day, with increase in knowledge, the boy Jack discovered that the water used to grow food contained toxins, and this water came from their own urine. This meant that the food they consumed was inherently toxic. Upon hearing this, the doctor brushed it off casually, saying the toxin only affected plants, and then told Jack to go change the filter. The doctor's attitude aroused Jack's suspicion. Later, while checking the computer, he found that the information on the toxin required administrator privileges. Jack told Zack about this. The two felt that the more encryption there was, the more problematic it seemed. So they snuck out of the dormitory late at night. Jack, who was good with computers, easily cracked the system and obtained administrator privileges. They repeatedly searched through the database and finally found this toxin in the blue drink they had to consume every day. After checking the ingredient list, they finally understood. This blue drink suppressed their desires and reduced their feelings of pleasure. It was this blue drink that made them listless all day, lacking vitality. After realizing they had been deceived, the two immediately poured out the drinks. The suppressed youthful energy in their bodies was finally released. They were not only full of energy, but also longed for external stimulation. Most noticeably, they became curious about the opposite sex's bodies. Jack couldn't help wanting to touch Anna. Fortunately, reason ultimately prevailed, but Jack didn't expect that his friend Zack also liked Anna, and behaved even more boldly. Zack's transgressive behavior was soon stopped by the doctor. Gradually, other children also noticed the changes in the two, but Zack soon discovered that the doctor, who forbade them from contacting the opposite sex, was himself touching Anna inappropriately. Seeds of jealousy and rebellion sprouted in her heart.